Hi guys, Gilly Hunt here with the last in my video series of keep something and pass it forward. So between videos 14 and 18 what I've been doing is each time I've made a video I've taken an element from the previous one and I've passed it forward. So I'm wanting to look at this one, and this was my previous video, was how to make this one, which was a get well soon card. And what do you think I'm taking forward? Well, if I say these are the materials I'm going to use in my next video today, I think you can guess fairly quickly. We're taking forward, instead of a stamp set or a die set or something like that, we're taking forward the colour, and the colour is red. So red is going to be my highlight colour in my next video. Okay, so that's what I've kept, and I'm passing the colour red forward. And here we go. Let's just take everything out of the way. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus, because I've just set this up ready so that we can get on with the job fairly quickly. I've put a note card in here and put my two magnets onto it. And onto here I have set up already the text. And I know it's in the right position because I made this previous card. So all I have to do is ink it up, pop it down, give it a press, just a light gentle press. We're not squishing it to death. Okay, and there we have our set sail in the direction of your dreams. And I'm going to put them all out of the way now because we don't need those just yet. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my next element, and this is the card that we are going to be making. So we've already done our set sail in the direction of your dreams, and we're now going to make this wonderful choppy ocean, this lovely choppy ocean to put our sailing ships in. So I've taken a piece of Pacific Point, and it's roughly, I don't know, centimetre, half a centimetre longer, because then we can just chop it down at when we need to. And I've done it approximately half the width of the card. And we're now going to tear, and I'm going to take it between my two thumbs, and my two fingers are at the back. So there's my thumbs, two fingers at the back, and I'm going to pull forwards just in small chunks, and I'm going to keep adjusting my thumbs so that they're level at the front, and I'm using this piece of my forefinger to do the pulling upwards motion. Okay, and that way what I'm going to get, you'll see there, is quite a nice slightly fuzzed edge, because what happens is it pulls the core away and we get some of the core showing from behind. It gives us rather a nice edge. Let's get that close to the camera so you can see it. There you go. Now if you were a right-hander, you're pulling it up to your, and when you're going upwards it gives you that slightly fuzzed edge. If you were pushing downwards it would give you a quite different edge. In fact, it will give you that kind of edge, which would also give you the wave pattern, but it would give you a cleaner edge, and I don't want that clean edge because I want it to look like there's lots of different ruffles to my waves. Can you see the ruffles there compared to that slightly cleaner image on the other side? Let me get it in focus. Ooh, there we go. Now if you're a left-hander, I'm going to show you this left-handed now. So if you're a left-hander, you're doing exactly the same, except that you're doing it with your left hand going upwards. Okay, and again we're just keeping those two thumbs to keep that in place. Okay, so I've now got, in fact by doing it right-handed and left-handed, I've got my piece ready, but you could always turn it around and do it the handed way you like. Okay, so that's my piece to go across the middle. There's the sea, and I'm now going to make another piece, and I'm just going to just put that to one side for a moment. I'm going to just show you that I've already done one, because we do this exactly the same way, except it's a smaller piece of white card that we're using. So we've now got a piece of white and a piece of the blue. Let's put those to one side as well. And the next thing I'm going to do is the little ships, and these are fabulous. So let's bring in some ink, and we're just going to pop 2 on a piece of scrap paper, and miraculously we're going to cut them out and we're going to colour them. So relatively quickly, save me having to do it in front of you. There's my 2 cut out, ready to go, and I'm just going to use the Stampin' Right marker pen to colour the boat. Here we go. That was quick, wasn't it? Abracadabra, woohoo! Okay, so we've now got our 2 ships. We've got our 2 pieces to go in the centre, and we've got our Set Sail in the Direction of Your Dreams card. So let's put it together. Okay, on the back of these I've put a piece of tear tape. So I am just going to tear tape that across and tear tape the second one across. Now you'll notice on both of these, whoops, I should have shown you on the other one, that I am only tear taping the middle because I want some areas that I can tuck my ships into. Okay, so I'm only putting one little piece down the middle. Now just to make this nice and tidy, I'm going to just very carefully cut that, and in fact I usually do it from the back. I don't know why I did it from the front, because doing it from the back you can see the edge of the card more clearly. So we've now got a nice neat edge, and now I need to tuck my boats in, and can you see I've now got plenty of leeway to tuck them in, haven't I? So I have to decide where I want them first of all, and I think that would be quite good. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, now I've worked out where I want them, I'm just going to put a little piece of glue on the front edge at the bottom and a fair bit on the back. So in it goes, underneath. Ooh, bit gooey glue there. Okay, let's just wipe that off and away. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. So glue on the back, a couple of pieces of glue on the back and a little bit on the front edge. And in it goes. Now the only thing I've got to be a little careful of is to make sure that this mast comes before that fold line, otherwise it will look very silly because it'll stick up after we've folded the card down. So there we go. Now I would put on the other one, I put a piece of lovely red ribbon, but I thought would be quite nice to show you another idea. So just the same as we put the ribbon across, I'm going to this time put some baker's twine across, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a loop, so I've got about, I don't know how long that is. I'll tell you what, it's approximately twice the width, the width of my card, and I'm going to make a loop. Okay, there's my loop, the first loop, and I'm going to do exactly the same with the second one, so I end up with 2 loops. Okay, and I'm going to put the second loop over the top of the first one so that the first one is just in the centre. Okay, is that nice and clear? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this one and put the tails of the other one up through. And as I pull that tight, we're going to create a rather lovely knot. And this is actually the knot, which I'm going to show you in a moment if I can find out where I've put it, is the knot from, where have I put it? Ah, here it is. Right, it's exactly the same knot, look, as the knot in the Sailing Home set. So it means if I then wanted to do any embellishments on maybe an envelope or something using that stamp, it would match the knot on the front of my card. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this knot somewhere along here. Okay, and I'm going to do that with just a very few tiny dabs of glue. So here goes, just to show you. So literally just the tiniest few dots on the actual knot itself. Okay, and I'm going to place that knot just there. And then what I will do is I will take some tear tape and I'm going to just fasten I'm not. I'm telling you fibs because I should have done that before I'd done Oh, Jill. Oh, Gilly, that's no good. Right, I should have done that around the white, so I'm not going to. So I'm just going to use a little bit more glue. And we're going to do it dot style. Okay. So a few little dots, dottity dottity dot. Same on this side, dottity 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 dot. And we're going to thread those along those dots. There we go. Originally I was going to tuck them round under the white before I stuck it down, but never mind. There we go, we can always improvise. So we now need to chop those off. Level with the end. And that glue is now setting, and that's nicely firmed down. And that just gives you a slightly different finish to the one we had before. Fold it in half, and there we go. There's our 2 yachts on each card, sailing away, setting sail in the direction of your dreams. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and we'll come back for some more. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.